Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here, and guess what? Lowel is back. Well, they never went anywhere, but what we're going to talk about in this video is their new Tota LED 3-light kit. So let's get started. So very briefly, let's talk about what you get inside of the kit. So you get a case, you get 3 complete lighting fixtures, which includes the head itself, and then you have the controller box and the power supply. So you can actually set it up to power the unit off of V-mount lock batteries, or you can AC power it. You have 3 light stands, and you also have inside of the kit 2 umbrellas. One is a diffuser and the other one is for bounce. And this 3-light kit is really impressive in terms of how versatile it is and also how compact it is. What I really want to do in this video is focus primarily on setup. So let's go ahead and take this light out into the real world and take a look at different ways that we can use it in your productions. So for this setup, we're taking it outside and we're going to use one Tota LED. We're having Ken stand in as talent, so that sun and that ambience is creating a little bit of edge around his shoulders. And what I want to do is create some contrast. I want to create some shape. So what I'm doing is bringing in now this Tota LED, and in this frame I think it looks great. So for the second setup outside, we're using 2 Tota LED lights, one with an umbrella and one with just the diffuser panel inside of it. We're walking in and setting that first Tota LED with the umbrella to get a nice catch light in the eye, and then setting the second one behind him off of his right shoulder to create a little bit of kick on that side of his face. Initially, it was a little too hot. I had it all the way up, and I turned that light down a little bit, and I just wanted to kiss that right side of his face just a tiny bit to create, again, a little bit more shape in that image. For this setup, we're back to one Tota LED light, and it is the background light. And you can see here, when we strike that light, it immediately throws our subject matter into silhouette. And this can be a great solution when you're shooting an anonymous interview and you don't want to have to use a pixelated or blur filter in post. Now, this is a pretty typical interview setup. So what we're doing is we're taking one of our Tota LEDs and we're pushing it into a 4x4 frame. And then we are adding a reflector to just fill in, and that allows us to use the other 2 Tota LEDs. One is being used as just a kicker, and then the last light is a background light. Now this light is so bright on its lowest setting, we had to put some ND in front of it. And then here's another variation where we're putting some color temperature blue on here so we can just create a little bit of a contrast between the way we're lighting talent, so that feels warm, and then it's just a little bit cooler on that background. So for this setup, we're using the entire Tota LED 3-light kit, and it is nighttime and we're on location. So let's turn on our key light, and our key light is just bouncing off of the wall to the left of talent. Of course, that room is really dark, so we're going to go ahead and take a Tota LED. We're bouncing it into the ceiling. That's lifting the ambience. We do this all of the time. Then we're going to turn on a background light. That's coming from outside through an umbrella. Opposite that, on the inside of the house, on a C-stand, is a 4x4 bounce, which is going to catch some of that light and return it, and then just lift the ambience in that background a little bit. And then you can see that's our final setup. So before we wrap up this video, I want to acknowledge that the lighting that we have in the studio for the intro and the outro for this video was also lit with Tota LEDs. And the big difference here is that we are bouncing this into a much larger umbrella to create a larger, softer source. And this is the first time that we're using this in the video. It's the bounce umbrella. But if you bounce off of it, it's a little silvery white, and it just gives a nice little return. And in this situation, what I'm doing is I'm using that as a little bit of a kick. And along with this bounce right here, that's our entire setup. And let's wrap this thing up. So there you have it. That is the Lowel Tota LED 3-light kit. And as you can see, it can be used in lots of different ways. The goal always for me is education, so hopefully you learned something in this video. I think that this kit is well suited for small to no crew production, ENG, corporate, in-house. If you want some more information, check out Lowel's website, and thanks for watching.